everyone, welcome to the Otherz podcast. I am your host, Stephen Penny. Joining me, as always, King of Creams himself. It's his National Day today.
Live.
David Travis.
From
What's up, David?
The 718. What is going on? April 5th. We all scream ice creams. Big day.
Is it still April 5th there for
No,
you?
it's done.
No.
It's finished.
It's over. It's done with.
Yeah, we're done with it. Sorry, guys. What a day, man.
It's been a busy day for you.
What a day. What a good day though. It was a great day.
For those that may have missed it on Instagram, please tell the people what April the 5th actually was.
Okay, so basically, obviously, if all you guys know, Pharrell's birthday, big day. I believe he turned 40. Was it 45 today?
Yeah,
45 today. That's a big number. So almost like how I decided to come up with the whole plan of the Otherz, I said to myself, why don't we do something for his birthday? Why don't we do something that's going to be a little bit different? I don't know what made me click into the whole idea with the wear your ice creams, but I was sitting at work and I was sitting down with a client and I was talking to them about it, and they said, oh, that's not a great idea. You should just have a hashtag for it. And literally right then and there, I'm like, yeah, we should do we all scream ice creams. And the guy was like, that's awesome. And right then and there, right in front of that client is when I came up with it. And it was a huge success. I'm pretty proud of us all, man. Seriously. Some big things happening today.
Yeah, I was following all the usual people and all the hashtags as well. And it's been a busy day on Instagram, definitely.
I know.
I know you got tagged in most of these pictures as well, so I imagine your phone was blowing up.
It's dead now.
I think
it's dead now, and my Wi-Fi just went out, so that doesn't help. Queen sucks, guys.
I think I got tagged in about maybe a quarter of the pictures. I was going to say it was annoying. Not annoying. That's the wrong word for it, but when I'm just trying to relax and take it easy, it's my phone keeps going off.
It's overwhelming.
Other people's pictures, yeah. But, so I can't imagine what it was like on your phone, and yours is busy at the best of times as well.
It's with the business and like personal is one thing, and then you have King of Creams, the Otherz is another thing. So my phone stays dead, and that's a lot of the times where my responses take forever. But today was a good overwhelming. It was a good thing. It was a good deal, and I can't wait till next year. To be honest with you, it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a good thing, and maybe we can get some help from the boss man himself. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure he was busy today too. So
playing golf, it seems.
Is that what he was doing?
That's what I saw. Yes.
I wouldn't know because my phone was dead the whole day.
So from all of the submissions and people posting and adding the hashtag, are there any personal favorites that you saw?
Man, there was actually obviously Member George bringing out some stuff. I actually wrote it all down, which is actually on my phone, and I can't check that because I'm talking to you. But just off the top of my head, there was a kid, I think his name is That Kid Andrew. He was breaking out some heat. Obviously, all the regulars. You had HD Shade, J. Pierre, Impossible 98, you, Blitz. A couple people that were just, it was the ordinary for them. But then you had people. There's a guy on there by the name of Illy. I'm not sure if anybody. I'm not even sure if he listens to this, but he was really going ham on it. And a favorite of mine was definitely you, Penny, with the socks, the whole thing. I was like, oh, this guy's sick.
It was 10 p.m. here or something, and I spent the day following the hashtag and the pictures, and I thought I had to do something, so I grabbed the boxes from the cupboard, stuck them on, and with shorts and socks on, feet up on the sofa as I'd been all day long. I
was like, Penny is definitely sick right now. I had to
get involved.
But you know what? I'm glad you got in there. You were getting tagged a lot of things. I'm like, wow, everyone's really... I'm like, Penny probably hates me right now.
Well, like you say, it's a good thing to be overwhelmed by and, interrupted and bothered by.
It's fun. and that's why I figured, we'll spend a little bit of the day talking about the history of ice creams. A lot of people have been asking for this episode. A lot of people have been, asking me for a lot of questions. So I figured that what a way to just take all those questions and just get them into one podcast and just bang it out, and we'll call it a day. But I figured that's what we should talk about today.
Yeah, so this week we won't do a song as we normally do. We'll go through some questions and stuff that regular questions that you get via Instagram and wherever else, and then we'll do our usual bits and pieces, our shout outs and our pickups, although I think that will be quite light this week for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I might be a little dead this week, but no pickups, I don't think, for me. I gotta really think about it, but nothing this week, I don't think. I guess it'll come to me.
I think I'm the same, yeah. I don't think I've got anything this week at all. I know I got something, but I don't know if it was an ice cream. And I'm getting back into the whole Jordan thing. I gotta stop doing that because that'll be totally bad. I'm sure over the last 6 to 12 months you've told me repeatedly, no, I'm definitely not going to collect Jordans again. I'm not interested in Jordans again. I don't want any more Jordans. No, I don't want to go back there.
10 pairs later.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I picked up. There's a pair of Yeezys. I picked up a pair of Yeezys, so.
There's always something.
Always something. All right, so I'm going to get into it, unless you want to start talking about a video first. But I figured I'd spend some time.
Go on, you can start with your stuff.
All right, so ice cream. So where do we start? So if I leave out anything, just know that the time that Penny and I are on, it is bright and early for him, and it's late for me. So if I leave out anything, it's just because I am dead tired. It's almost 2 a.m. here. So if I leave out anything, don't take it too serious, because I'm sure I'll get 100 DMs. Oh, you left this out. So I'm going to tell you what I know about ice cream, the knowledge that I know, and then we'll just go from there. So 2003, obviously, the ice cream brand for the sneakers was brought about. Now, Pharrell was wearing a lot of the Nike products before that, but in 2003, Pharrell signed a deal with Reebok, which eventually went south a couple years later, but nevertheless brought up 3 ice cream sneakers, the Boutique, the Board Flip 1, and the Board Flip 2. To start off, I want everyone to know this. The Board Flip 1 and the Boutique were made around the same time. A lot of people seem to think that, that came later. It is false. The Board Flip 1 and the Boutique came around the same time period. Pharrell always had a model for the ice cream sneaker, so he modeled it after the Stan Smith, which is so ironic that years later, obviously he signed with Adidas, but Reebok was to come out with a pair of shoes which were labeled the Boutique, and it was supposed to be these 5 flavors. All right, so we'll talk about this. I'll skim through this, and maybe in later on episode I'll talk about each, but the 5 flavors were supposed to be the Beepers, the Money Rolls, the Palm Trees, the Boombox, and the Dice. All right, so those were going to be the 5 flavors for the Ice Cream Boutique. The women's edition didn't come till later. The Diamonds and Dollars wasn't thought about till later. And obviously, the Small Dollars, the same thing. We all know that was changed around as the shoes were released. But the Palm Tree was a failed ice cream. You have the Checkered was a failed ice cream. We have a Boombox that was a limited release. And we also have the ever so popular rim flavor. I've only seen one of those, to be honest with you. I'm actually glad that they were not released because they do look ugly in person. 100%.
They are not a good look.
They're actually disgusting. So Reebok toyed around with the idea, and we have the 5 men flavors and the 3 women flavors that were born, which were the Dollars and Diamonds, which is the most popular, the small dollars and diamonds, you had the dice, you had the money roll, and you had the beeper. And then for the women, you had the lipstick, you had the teddy bear, and the name chain. Now, the cool thing about the board flip 1 and the boutique, that was kind of around the same time, because the board flip 1 had some logos that were used in the boutique. So on the board flip 1 sample edition, you had the Cone Man, you had the Running Dog, you had these things that they were kind of toying around with that came years later. What I like about the boutique and what makes them so rare is that each boutique was individually numbered. My favorite of the 5, I'm going to ask you too, Penny, but my favorite of the 5, it's not the dollars and diamonds, it's the money roll and the beeper. I don't know why, but I really like those a lot. I'm not a fan of the small dollars and diamonds at all, but my favorite boutique is the yellow small dollars and diamonds. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yes.
Does that make sense?
You don't like the small dollars and diamonds, but
my favorite.
It is your favorite. Yeah, perfect sense. Of course.
The yellow is my favorite. So I'm going to ask you, before I continue, what is your favorite?
I will go with the OG dollars and diamonds, probably the white pair. And very close to that is the kind of baby blue money rolls.
Oh, okay.
Which I regret every day that I sold many, many, many years ago.
Why? Really? Huh.
It was a long time ago. I never wore them. I think I maybe wore them once or something.
Why'd you sell them?
I think it may have been around the time I was moving abroad or something like that. And yeah, ended up selling them.
We got to get Penny a pair, y'all. I don't know who you can get them from though.
If only we knew somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. So getting back to the 2003, so toying with the logos. I'm sure you guys have seen it on my Instagram. If not, you should go check it out. But the original logo, when I used to do my ice streams, I would always end the ice streams. If you look on the midsole of your ice cream sneaker, you have one Cone Man. But if you look in the back, you have another Cone Man. A lot of the times people don't even know that there are two different Cone Mans on each ice cream sneaker. Why is that? The original Cone Man was the one that's on the sole. Okay, so on the midsole, it's like an old looking dude, and it's a little bit different than the one that's on the back. From what I heard from my sources, that this was changed for the release because the Cone Man guy didn't look like a boy. Now remember, you had the BBC Billionaire Boys Club, but that looked like a man. So it kind of didn't fit the whole Ice Cream Billionaire Boys Club theme. So that was changed in 2004, but for some reason they never changed it on the midsole. So it's the guy on the midsole is the original Cone Man. Now a lot of people say that it's because if you were to use the Cone Man in the back and put that on the midsole, it wouldn't look as good with the detail. Because the Cone Man on the back, on the heel tab, if you look at it, I don't know, he looks a little special. You know, it like, who made that logo in the back? A lot of people sometimes are like, yeah, that's how you could tell the shoe is fake because it looks bad. Bro, they look bad on every pair of ice creams.
They all look a little bit ropey, yeah.
Like, it's like...
And I think when we looked at some of the early samples and stuff, when we sat down a couple of months ago, some of those Cone Men look really, really bad, both on the heel tab and on the midsole as well. They look like somebody's had a stroke at some point. And obviously, they're samples, so obviously the level of detail hasn't really kind of gone in. But some of them look really strange.
Yeah, it's like, this is gonna be a bad joke, but like, it was Ray Charles on the team at one point. Like who made this? This is terrible. But the Cone Man was changed, and then you had the 5 flavors that come out. Now, one of the questions that I get is, why are ice creams so hard to find? And this is the point blank answer. Ice creams were discontinued around 2006, 2007. if you had an ice cream, let's just say you had, I'm just going to take a stab at it because I have one in my hand right now. So you have the Dollars and Diamonds. Okay, so you have the Dollars and Diamonds ice cream. And I'm just going to throw out a round number. I'm not going to throw out the actual number, but I'm just going to throw out a round number so we can all just follow the math. Let's say you had 1,000 of those made. From 2006 to 2018, how many do you think are actually left that are going to be dead stock in the condition that you're going to find them? It's going to be very, very few. So anyone that's going to have that ice cream today, it's going to be valuable. And the thing with the dollars and diamonds is that those happen to be the most popular one. Pharrell wore it a lot. And in the Drop It Like It's Hot video, he was seen with it most. So the dollars and diamond ones are going to be the one that's going to be the most money. And it's not that they're a lot of money. It's that they hold their value. And that's one of the reasons why when you see these shoes, you're going to end up paying a little bit more for it than any other shoe that you ever see. And since a lot of the newbies are coming up, they really don't understand that. And that's one of the things I try to portray when people ask me how come these are so much money. Now, don't get me wrong, a shoe is only worth what you're going to pay for it. But, you're not going to find any, in my opinion, less than $300 starting, depending on who you're buying it from. A lot of my shoes, Penny, that I have, I did pay full price for back in the day. And that's something that I'm so happy I got to experience. So $220 was the MSRP, as we say here in Queens. That was the original price for the ice cream, $220. So in my opinion, they're definitely holding value since 2006, and I can argue that to the death. After that, you had all the other colors start to come out. The worst flavor, in my opinion, if you have them, throw them out right now, is the small dollars and diamonds in blue. I'm gonna throw up even talking about it. You can put those with the song "Beautiful." Oh,
I'm not with you on that, but I'm with you on the shoe. Yes, it's meant to be. I think, is it listed as like a petrol blue or something as well? The colorway. And it's a really strange off blue, and I don't dislike it that much.
Penny, they're horrible.
If I had to rank everything, it would be at the bottom for me as well.
They are terrible. What I do like about a lot of the ice creams that came out is that they were limited. So back in the day, you didn't see everybody with them. And this was the time where the Jordans were taking over. So when you see a $220 price mark, sometimes you were like, I didn't know. So seeing them was a very rarity in my neighborhood. It wasn't until the board flips came out that people were just like, all right, I can get these on sale. I was buying board flips for $29.99 all day, every day. That was more of the skater shoe. Now, a lot of people did skate in the boutiques. I'm not a skater, but most of the time you saw a lot of people skating in the boutiques all day, every day, $29.99. I'm glad that I got a lot of mine. And then, obviously, the deal with Reebok went south, and then that was the end of that. Which is pretty sad, because I heard that there was going to be a board flip 3. There was a lot of unreleased colors that should have came out, especially with the boutiques. But nevertheless, in around 2008, it was done. And then ice cream tried their way at the radio flavor. And that's when that was born. So the radio flavor, the one that I see JP with, I have a couple, is not a Reebok product. That was put out straight by ice cream. It was put out just to test a lot of the patterns that they were going to do, obviously with the clothing. Big failure. If you have a pair, they're almost impossible to wear just because of the stiffness in the shoe. I'm not sure if you tried it on when you were here, Penny, but those were the ones that were a little bit stiff. It was almost like they were hand painted.
Yeah.
On the logo on the bottom was totally different. It was like a thrown together shoe. I don't know. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Penny? Do you remember the ones that I had?
I do indeed. Yep.
Yeah. So it was one of those where it was like, what was going on here? But I believe it's only like 16 made. So if you have a pair, save them. I've only seen them once between myself and JP. But In one of the other upcoming episodes, we'll talk about the Colette's, which is probably deemed one of the rarest ice cream and definitely most sought after. That was the one Penny tried to sneak out of my house when he came here in his luggage. Yeah.
Tried and failed.
Yeah, explain that one, Penny.
So is there any like idea or inkling as to why things didn't work out with Reebok? Have you heard anything?
Yeah.
Is it, creative differences or?
Okay, so now there's a couple articles online. One of the most, I think Jimmy Garecki from the ice cream team, he did like an in-depth interview. From what I heard from the sources and not any type of magazine, obviously Pharrell didn't like the direction of Reebok, because you got to remember at that time, Reebok was just signing everyone. You besides a basketball player, you rarely saw artists such as they gave Jay-Z a deal. I think that obviously Pharrell had a deal. They gave my mom a deal. My mom had her own Reebok shoes. So it was one of those things where it was like, all right, what's going on with this? Obviously, Pharrell didn't like the attention that was going on. There was nothing being paid homage toward ice cream, and it was done. And a lot of the times when that happens, things like the palm trees, radio flavors and rims, checkers weren't released. So a lot of things were shelved, and that was the end of the Reebok deal. One thing I didn't know. You might have known this, Penny, but I didn't know that Reebok was also supposed to put out the clothing for ice cream too as well. But I guess they sucked at that.
This was the original direction they were going to go with the two brands. So BBC was meant to be the more kind of high end,
right,
more expensive, limited stuff. And ice cream was the athletic wear side of things, which was going to be all manufactured by Reebok or in conjunction with Reebok. Yeah,
and I'm kind of glad they didn't do the clothing because the boutiques were really dope. The board flip's an okay shoe, I'm not going to lie. If they didn't have the Pharrell name on it, or the different type of colors, I don't think a lot of people would be wearing it. That's just my opinion.
I hate board flips, by the way.
You're not the only person to say that. A lot of big time collectors aren't into the whole board flip thing. Me, obviously, I'm a true collector, so I have to collect everything. And I really wasn't a fan of board flip too. I like the ones better. But do you not have a pair of board flips, Penny?
I don't have any, no. The only pair I've ever bought is a random pair that I found here on sale and promptly sold to you straight after. So I thought, I know someone that would want these and appreciate these.
Penny,
so
I think you ripped me off with those, man. I think you charged me like $300.
I think the postage cost more than what you paid me for them, if I remember rightly.
Penny, I can't picture you in those either.
No, I've never owned a pair. I tried that pair on, I think, indoors. And I was never like a skater or anything, so they do nothing for me. And I'm not a fan of like the kind of big, chunky sort of design as well. So,
did you ever wear them at all?
No,
never, not once.
Literally, like put them on in the house and was like, nah, not for me.
Oh, okay. Well, they're well taken care of. I still have them. So
good to know.
So that's really my short end of ice cream. I'm just setting the groundwork because I can talk for hours for this, but I'm setting the groundwork, and every week I'm going to try to just add to more and more. So this is basically the history of the shoe. Every shoe, if you guys know or don't know, every shoe came in a variety of 3 colors. So you always had the 3 colorways. You had the either it was a black or a blue. For some reason, there was always a white. I don't like any really of the white ice creams, and they are definitely showing age right now. Like I'm looking at my white dice, and these things look. Oh man, they look bad. I mean, I try to store them right in the freezer, but sometimes you just not enough silica packs in the world, man.
See, mine have lasted. I've got the mini dollars and diamonds in white, the mismatched pair that don't fit me, and they've just sat in the box for years, but they've held up reasonably well. They still look okay.
I tell you one
and
thing.
I quite like the white, especially with the dollars and diamonds with the red and the black on them as well.
Well, they definitely hold up better than any other shoe. They definitely hold up better than the Bapes. My Bapes are totally. You store them the wrong way, those things will fall apart. All of my Jordans have fell apart. Every last one of them.
And again, this is one of the things that adds to the price of these shoes now.
Mm-hmm.
You look at you pick any pair of Nikes or Adidas from 14 to 16 years ago. Like, how many shoes out there are 14 to 16 years old?
That can still hold.
Hardly any.
Yeah.
They're going to have fallen apart by now, if anything.
And
the fact that we still have these and people still have them in dead stock and
that's it.
They still hold up well, Yeah,
you nailed it. And plus, like I said, they're individually numbered, So when you have a shoe that's like, okay, I know I'm the only person to have this one. I know I'm the only person to have, this colorway. That means something. And a side note, if you don't have a number, that doesn't mean that you have a fake pair. All right, we'll touch that. That's all part of my ice cream build-up scheme. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Because I know we still have to talk about a video and everything. So, Penny, you there?
I'm here. You're
Okay.
paused.
Sorry about that. All right, you good?
You're still paused. Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
We have a little bit of technical. I skimmed through the video that you made earlier. I saw that technical difficulties.
Yeah. So yeah, we can mention the video quickly now as we're talking about ice creams and stuff. It segues into that quite nicely.
Okay.
So as some followers may have seen when I was over in New York in February, we spent pretty much a whole day just going through your collection and talking about all the rarities that you've got in the freezer there. Now we streamed it on Instagram, and then we also recorded it as well, quite badly, and we had lots of technical issues throughout the day. and since then, I've also messed up all the audio as well.
Penny, listen to me. Hold up, before you continue. You did. I haven't watched it yet, but this guy, you got to give him I'm going to give him a round of applause. Penny did that thing, man. Like, we're not editors. Like I said, I totally give him all the props because a lot of the editing, all the groundwork, that's not me, y'all. That is Penny, 100%. So he definitely did his thing on that. I haven't watched it yet, but I cannot wait to watch it. So Penny, however it came out, even if the thing is in Japanese subtitles, you did a great job. I don't care.
Yeah, no subtitles though. I think you may need them in places, but yeah, this is part one. I think we've probably got 2 or 3 parts worth of material because we did spend like the whole day pretty much doing this. But this is part one. It's 30 minutes. It's uploaded to YouTube. I will share links and stuff on Instagram and on the website and stuff at some point this weekend, probably after I've done with this podcast. But yeah, in this first episode, we've got in there the N.E.R.D Bapesters, the N.E.R.D Dunks, the Gwen Stefani
Lamb.
Oh,
we're going to talk about all of that.
Ice creams. What else was in there?
Oh, we did I just skimmed through it real
Checkers,
quick.
The Checkers ice creams, and there was another pair.
There was a Bape. I think the Bape, N.E.R.D Bape. Was that in there?
Yeah.
I think that's the first one we did.
There's a bunch of rarities in there, and like I say, we've got hours and hours of material that we recorded. So we'll probably do another couple of videos. This is 30 minutes. I've broken it up so there is a gap in between each kind of sneaker we do, so you can flick through and find the ones that you're interested in. But yeah, give that a watch and give us your feedback. No feedback on the awful editing skills that have been applied to this.
Listen.
Because we recorded this ad hoc with a random camera that kept crashing. We recorded the audio separately, and I then deleted the audio.
And we were drinking porn.
And we were, there were a few drinks flowing, and we were chatting nonsense. But no, it came out okay. It came out well, and it was good to do. And I think it will hopefully answer a lot of questions that I think we both get sent quite regularly as well about some of these shoes.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I think that this podcast is a great way to just lay the groundwork and start to answer some questions about what people always ask us all the time, and obviously the shoes are a big part of what I do. That's all I do, and I think a lot of people don't understand it, especially like the newer generation that's coming up. I get so many people, what store can I get these from, and can I get 2 for 1? I'm like, what? No disrespect, but these aren't any of the garbage that's being put out today. I'm sorry, you're not faking these. Even the fakes that were made back in the day, they looked horrible. Speaking of which, I have a bunch of them, by the way.
I've seen a few of them.
I'll give out my fakes for free if you guys want to wear them. Nothing wrong with it. I wore them back in the day. I still wear them now. I sent you one, Penny. I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
That's why I said he's going to kill me when he gets this.
I appreciate that.
I would never do that.
Again, the postage would be worth more than the shoe in that instance.
Not good. It's a joke on the customs. You guys opened this fake nonsense for nothing. Anyway, that's Angry David.
So are there any other specific questions that you've had recently about ice creams that you want to answer, or
the
points that you want to go through?
The number one thing is basically the cost. A lot of times, like I said, people ask me, why is it so expensive? And it's really not, I don't want to say expensive because who am I to say that, but has a lot to do with, first of all, inflation. Like $220 from 2004 is not going to be the same price, right? 15 years later. That's number one. Number two is there's not a lot of them around. So like I said, if you take that round number, that 1,000 from 2004, and you apply it till 10 years later, let's say there's only 30 left. And out of those 30 left, let's just say there's only 10 that are brand new. If you only had 10 of something in the world, how much would you charge for it? Like I said, it's only going to be what you think it's worth, but, I get really upset. Not upset, but, I get sometimes, taken back when people are just like, oh, $100. It's the miseducation that people don't understand. But then again, on the flip side, you have, a lot of shoes coming out today that people will spend $1,000 on, and you can get them fake. You can get them real. Everyone else has it. You can walk down the block and see everyone in the same, pairs of shoes, and everyone looks the same, and they'll pay $1,000 for it. And, ice creams is something where it's like, oh, bro, these are $220 when they came out in 2004. That already was unheard of. The packaging, the box looked like a damn ice cream box, literally. Who was the genius behind this? The extra laces, the spoon, the wrapping, the keychain, the individually numbered. I mean, come on, the list goes on and on. You're not finding the Jordan like that. Jordan's just doing something like that now. Back in the day, that was around Jordan 15 is a regular box. And that was it.
That's what I really like about them. So you look at any sneakers now, so like the Jordan stuff. You look at like the Hue NMDs recently. They're probably the most popular yet sort of rare one that we buy and we're sort of interested in here. Mm-hmm. And you buy those, and you just get a standard Adidas box, the same as you'd get if you were buying a pair of Stan Smiths or a pair of tennis Hues or something. You get nothing special with them, but
and those are $250.
Those ice creams, exactly, and you look at those ice creams, and like you say, the box. And it's not just a plain box as well. You've got the kind of corrugated cardboard. You've got the colours, the design, the graphics on there. Even the copy that they used, like, the wording, which kind of explains the shoe as an ice cream in itself. A copywriter had to write that.
And they had the name of the ice cream shoe, name chain flavor. Boombox flavor. Grape flavor. Oops, we'll talk about next week.
And then those extra bits as well, like the extra laces. You don't just get a pair of extra laces like you do with an Adidas shoe and a little plastic bag. You get a cardboard holder, again with the graphics, the scoop, which is like a
a spoon or shoehorn.
It comes in like a little plastic like bag thing, but even that's got like the ice cream graphic printed on it. So all of this was like custom made, and I can imagine that wouldn't have been cheap to produce,
right?
Especially in limited quantities. If you're churning out like 100,000 of them, that's fine. That's how scale works, and that's how Adidas and Nike can make a shoe for a few dollars and then charge us $200 or $300 for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's how economy of scale works. But when you're just producing a few thousand of these every now and again, and you've got a custom design, you've probably got a machine that's doing custom from a smaller kind of company, that's going to be costly to do.
That's right. And it was supply and demand. The demand was high and the supply was low. You had some shoes that were only made 50 of, and to have those 50, it's not 50 in the country, it's not 50, in the state, it's 50 in the world. That's it. So that there are 49 other people with you in the same shoe, and that is it. Even if you had the money rolls, those were at 55, I think 5,500. That's not a lot.
So here's a question for you, and I think I asked you this when I was over there, because I've had different answers around this in the past, and I know I've been asked this question as well, and I know you've already answered it for me, but we'll ask it for the sake of other people out there that may be wondering. Mm-hmm. Let's take money rolls, for example. Let's say there's 5,500 of them. You've got one that's number 1,000 and 5,500. Is that shoes altogether, so money rolls in that colour, or is that per size per shoe? So there are 5,500 size 8s,
yeah, that's
5,500 size
question.
9s.
No, that's a great question. So it's 5,500 overall. So let's say they can be 2,000 in blue, 2,000 in green, 2,000 in the red and violet color. Okay, and then out of those 2,000 in blue, let's say 500 are a 9, 500 9.5. So there's only 5,500 overall. So it encompasses all three colors. It's
not even per colorway, so they're even rarer than I.
No, exactly.
I thought they were.
Yeah, a lot of people think, okay, there's 5,500 in this color. Like, no, it's 5,500 overall. And that's what makes it even more scarce. Now, I know a lot of people think that, it's 55 white, 55 black. No, not at all. You would see a lot more than we see now if that was the case. That would mean that there were over 15,000 in some colorways. Hold on, Penny. We're getting an emergency broadcast coming up for Queens. Just had to read this.
Is it that they've restored your Wi-Fi?
No, it's going to be out until Sunday. Oh my God. I'm about to angry David vent right now because this is unbelievable. Okay. You don't want the angry David vent right now. I'm getting tired of this. Anyway.
We should do an Angry David podcast.
Penny, what are we paying for? Do we get this money back then? When they turn the Wi-Fi on? Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Don't ever move to America. Ever. I was telling all my friends that you get like free Wi-Fi, you were saying. That's unbelievable.
Well, yeah, here it's classed as a basic human right. So every house and every apartment which is built or sold commercially has to have has a Wi-Fi connection basically, and the ISPs give you, it's only very basic, the free bit that you get, it's like 10 meg speed, but you could do your basics with that. It's enough to watch 100%. Netflix, so you get that for free, and obviously all you got to do is buy your own kind of Wi-Fi router, and then you can just ring your ISP and upgrade that, and I'm in an old building here which still runs everything on these weird old telephone lines. So the maximum I can get in here is like 100 meg, I think. But that costs me like €10 or something.
Penny, we get, I think they like put 25 meg for only like $70. For only. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be pushing 100, and right now I'm not pushing anything. And yeah. But anyway, we'll do the Angry David podcast.
Yeah. I won't even tell you what we get with our mobile phones and how much it costs. Then
Please
you will
don't.
get angry. No.
I'll shut this podcast right down right now. I'm going right to Spectrum. This is unbelievable.
All right. What have we got next then? Have we got anything else ice cream related?
I'm going to save. I have like a little regimen I'm going to do, so I just wanted to lay the groundwork for this, and then I'm going to talk about in the upcoming episodes. I want to do some of the rare ice creams. A lot of times people don't know what these palm trees, checkers, Colette's, radio, boombox, lambs are all about. But I wanted to put that groundwork in, so now it's in. We can kind of just go back to it at another time. So thank you for letting me talk about that, Penny. It's something I had to get out 100%.
No, that's all good. And if anyone out there has any more specific questions or things they want us to talk about, then send us a message either via the website or the Otherz Instagram account, and I will try to remember to make a note in the spreadsheet.
Oh, I looked at it the other day, by the way, so I don't know if you can see me, Penny, but
first time ever, you've done well.
I just pointed at you. Can you see me?
All right, I can see you, yes.
Okay, I can't see you.
So what else have we got? So there's no pickups this week?
Yeah, I'm good with the pickups. I picked up a pair of Yeezys, that's really it, but we're not going to talk about him. And they were actually not a pickup, they were given to me. So nothing for this week for me.
Okay, any shout-outs you want to do?
Yeah, they're all on my phone, but...
It's a quiet week this week.
Yeah, it's it wouldn't be if I had Wi-Fi, but I had a list of a couple of people that I definitely wanted to give a shout out to. I'm sure I'll have it again for next week, but it's actually a lot of people that actually.
That's fine. Yeah, I was going to try and look at my phone and reel through the messages in Instagram, but hashtag humble brag, there are too many of them.
Yeah.
So just shout out to everyone that over the last few weeks has just been in touch anyway, and then everyone that participated in yesterday's National Ice Cream Day as well, and
I was proud of that, man.
Tagged us and sent us messages and all that kind of stuff.
I didn't think it was going to turn out like that. I just thought okay, a couple people are going to do this, but then I started seeing like Fran Elation's got in on it. If you guys don't know that, he's part of the Sandal Boys crew. There was a lot of big names that were like doing this, and I'm like, holy crap! Like this is really something good. So hopefully next year we can kind of make it even bigger. Just a quick note, Penny. Her birthday's next week, next Wednesday, April 11th. So that's gonna be Ice Cream Day Part 2.
Do we all get another day off work?
Maybe I'll break out the red bottoms, but we'll save that. But yeah, April 11th, guys. Send me some ice creams.
Yeah, buy him something nice.
Yeah. I'm a size 9, 9.5.
And had you told me earlier, I would have actually sent something.
No,
but,
no, you sent enough.
It's now actually too late to get something there in time. But
Penny, you have sent enough.
Out.
You started a war with that damn chocolate in my office. Not happening. Not happening.
This is one of the good things about Finland. One of the good things it produces is it's very good chocolate at times. No matter who I give that chocolate to, no matter where they are in the world, they always love that stuff.
Bro, never again. People were about to start. I'm like, yo, guys, chill. It's not that serious. Throwing me out the office because I said that. So don't worry, you'll be getting my package soon. I guarantee you next week you're going to be like, so I got a new pickup. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I have We have American customs over here. They probably can't read the damn.
No,
packaging.
I think it's this end. If anything, we have an awful postal service.
Unbelievable!
Here.
It's
but
terrible.
Yeah, that'll get me ranting, so we won't get into that.
Oh, okay. Angry Penny.
Yeah. What else is there? Is there anything else we need to go through today then?
No, not really. Real quick, they just put out a couple of new images of the new Pharrell. I was going to ask you, what do you think about that? Is it BYM? Is that what it's called? The basketball looking shoe? There was one used as a beta.
Oh yeah,
ambition.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Thoughts?
Not my kind of thing.
No, Penny.
Like it's interesting, but yeah, I'm yet to see them in person. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. Not the sort of thing I'd wear. I don't think though.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Straight up. Obviously, it's me being a collector, so I obviously have to get them because I'm a hardcore collector. But if I just saw them on the shelf, I'd probably pass them by. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to get them, but I would probably pass them by.
I'm saying this. I'm sure if and when we see an actual proper release of them, which I think we probably will at some point, I'll probably end up buying
80 of them. Yeah, I know. King Effect.
A pair in a certain colorway, but the ones I've seen so far, those the yellow ones that were friends and family and contest winners, like meh.
Yeah, don't get.
And I think it's it might have been Pharrell that said it. They're a prototype of what they're working on, so they may evolve and improve and change, and we'll see.
Yeah, don't get King Effect anymore. I know you, Penny. Oh, I don't like them. Next thing you know, I have 80 of them.
It's too late, mate. Too late. So when I moved in here in December, I had lots of room and not that many shoes. But then throughout December and January, it increased, and I had to go on Amazon and buy this whole big shoe rack thing area that I had to put together and spray paint and put up in the hallway. And now that's also completely full, so I need to buy another one.
Penny, not good.
No, not good at all.
You just got King Effect.
So yeah, and I broke out the NMDs the other day for the first time.
How's the wear?
Actually hurt my foot.
What?
I think they need to just be broken in a bit more, but yeah, they weren't feeling that comfortable. But we'll see how that goes. And then I also undead stocked.
My phone fell. I'm just shocked.
Oh god. And yeah, I also undead stocked something else as well.
Didn't you win the Stan?
What it was though.
The Stan Smith Pharrell?
Yes, the holy Stan Smiths, yes, the red/pink ones, yes, those.
How do those fit? Those look like they're not comfortable at all.
They actually were quite comfortable,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were decent. And there was probably I think there was a pair of tennis shoes that I wore for the first time as well recently. So yeah, now the snow is just kind of starting to melt here, although we had another 20 centimetres of it again the other day. So there's the occasional opportunity to start to wear some of these.
Well, I will say one thing I meant to tell you and Chris the other day. So I was just on the Adidas site waiting for all the hues to go on sale, and they just dropped another color for the men's. Can you believe that?
What's the new one?
Bro, I'll have to send it to you later. It's like a colorway that they already kind of came out with, but they're not. It's all white with a reddish brick on the back, they call it. It looks like it already came out, but it hasn't. I think Adidas is just playing with us now.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to make this a standard kind of go-to silhouette, aren't they?
I had to stop. I can't get all of them, man. I'm literally running out of room.
Yeah, well, I've decided as well. I've got I'm at 15 pairs or something, 16 pairs.
Of the hues?
Obviously nowhere near the amount. I think so, yeah, of the tennis hues, yeah.
Penny.
But yeah, I've decided, unless there is a colourway that I really, really want, then yeah, I'm out as well now. That's enough shoes for anybody.
Well, Penny and I still didn't get the all white hues. Remember we were in the store when they came out, and we both looked at the price tag, and I think it was like was it $160 when we saw $130?
Yep. Yeah, they jacked them up. Yeah.
Done. Sorry. I love the hues, but when I saw the price, I was like, phew.
Yeah.
That was not happening. So those I still haven't gotten yet, but we'll see. Who knows what next week my birthday calls for? So
treat yourself.
Yeah, I will. I'll get 30 pairs. $77 all day Adidas.
All right. Well, is that it for this week then? We've covered everything.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is kind of dead, guys. I'm sorry about that. That's what happens when you live in New York. They just take total advantage of you, and you have to take it. But yeah, man, that's all I got for this week.
All right, cool. So yeah, just a reminder, we will post some stuff about the video this weekend, so check that out on YouTube. Give us your feedback. We will have probably another 2 parts coming, but that'll be when David's Wi-Fi works and he can upload the videos somewhere for me to then download.
Because right now,
also we've got the final part of the contest. We just need to work that out, but that will be coming in the next week or so, I guess. And we'll give away those Pharrell Bape Roadsters at last. Mm-hmm.
They're waiting to ship out. So,
yep. So we've got that to go, and then and I think that's it. So otherwise just follow us for all the latest information on Instagram, which is at Otherz Podcast, or you can check the ever evolving website, which is theothers.net. You can find me at Steve R. Penny. And where can they find you, David?
Same thing. King of Creams, CREAMZ, or Ice Creams 101, both on Instagram. You guys can go check that out.
Okay, great stuff. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Penny, talk to you later, man. Peace out, guys.